Hey everyone, welcome back to Risa Does Makeup. I am Risa if it is your first time here. And today I am going to do something that has been really highly requested. I've done something similar to this, I think a few months ago, but I don't know, people are always asking for a really quick out the door makeup look. And I know I post a lot of glam tutorials and a lot of glam looks on my Instagram, so you're probably thinking that every single day I do that full, perfect brow, perfect foundation, lashes, all that. Usually I love applying my makeup, but there are days that I just want to be quick. I just want to look polished, but I want to use minimal products, minimal brushes, and just get out the door. So this video, before I go any further, I want to let you know it is in partnership with Colorescience. I have talked about Colorescience in the past. I only ever will work with companies that I feel make great products. That's why you don't see a lot of sponsored or partner videos on my channel, because I only work with those brands that allow me to really use products before agreeing to talk about them on my channel. So thank you, Colorescience, for working with me on this video and allowing me to show your product incorporated in my really quick, everyday, out the door makeup routine. So before I start any makeup application, whether it be a 5-minute out the door look or a full glam, I always start with my sunscreen. And that's where Colorescience comes in. I've talked about them in other videos. I have been using the Brush-On Shield, the SPF 50 Powder Brush-On Shield for a couple months now, and I absolutely love it. Well, Colorescience also sent me their face shield lotion that I have been using before my makeup. This has an SPF 50 as well. Once again, it's a mineral sunscreen. It is chemical free. It has, did I say SPF 50? I think I did. It has that EnviroScreen technology. So you're blocking out UVA, UVB, pollution, blue light. It's oil free, hypoallergenic, and it is water and sweat resistant for up to 40 minutes. It works on all skin types and tones. It's hydrating, it's antioxidant rich, it's lightweight. So being that the chemical-free active ingredient in this is 12% zinc oxide, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, does it leave a white cast on the skin? Well, yes and no. It sort of does when you're applying it, and I'm gonna show you that right now. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my hands, and of course I put it on my entire face. You can see that as I apply it, it does sort of leave a white cast. But what I have discovered is that within a minute, and you'll see this as well, it kind of disappears. The white cast disappears, and I'm gonna go put foundation on top of it, but just a light powder. And even when I have put foundation on top of it and taken photos, I've had no issues with my face coming up, several shades lighter than my body. And I don't know if you can tell, but I think it's already dissipated. I think the whitish cast has disappeared. So the next step for me, this sinks in so quickly. So it's not like I can't go right ahead and put my moisturizer on top, because I do. I take my Protini Polypeptide cream. This is from Drunk Elephant. And I take this next, and you just kind of squeeze out the top. And I'm gonna put that right on top of my sunscreen and just blend that out. And what I like also about this Sunforgettable face shield is that, I don't know if I didn't really show this to you, I should have. It has a squeeze tube, plastic squeeze tube. So you can throw it in your gym bag, like say you are someone that works out in the morning, takes a shower at the gym, gets ready at the gym. You can just toss it in your bag, you can take it to the beach, and you don't have to worry about it leaking out the top or anything or breaking. So I like the packaging on it. All right, so while that is sinking in, I'm gonna start doing some work on my eyes. I always put a little eyeshadow primer on my lids, but if you don't have oily lids, you can totally skip this step. Now, the next thing I do is my brows. I did recently upload an entire in-depth brow tutorial, but on a day like when I need to be quick and I don't have the time to do that complete brow routine, even though it doesn't take me that long, on a day that I just don't want to put the effort in, I take one of my thicker Anastasia pencils, not the Brow Wiz, not the thin pencil that I showed in that video. This is the definer, I think this one, yeah, brow definer. So something that's a little, covers more area, I guess. So what I'll do is I will brush the hairs up, and then I will take this, and I just use such a light hand with this, barely even touching it. My brows are just really sparse. So if you have good brows, you can skip this step and just apply a brow gel that I'm gonna show next. But I just lightly fill in the sparse areas, make them a little bit thicker up here because they just need to be a little bit thicker on the inner portion. But this is all I do. So this is a far cry from the brow that I showed in my Botox brow lift video, but it's fine. It looks just super natural. And then I take my glossier boy brow and set that. This is in the shade Blonde. And I just brush the hairs up and soften the pigment, and it also adds a little bit of extra color and fullness to the brow. Now that the moisturizer has sunk in, I want to go ahead and even out my skin tone and try to minimize the look of the pores on my face. So you guys don't see a lot of powder foundations on my channel. I'm usually all liquid foundation all the time, but once in a while on these quick makeup days, I do use powder foundation, and the one I've been reaching for a lot lately is the Hello Flawless from Benefit. This is the shade Honey, and I'm not using a big fluffy brush because I do want a little bit more coverage. So a fluffy brush is gonna diffuse the color. A more tapered brush is going to give me a little bit more coverage. So I'm just picking up the product, tapping off the excess, and then I'm just patting it into my skin. Oh, wait. That is not what I want to do next. I want to do concealer next. I can't believe I just did that. So I'm not going to my foundation. I'm going to my concealer. I don't know how I just skipped that step. I'm taking a little bit of my Laura Mercier concealer, and I just add a little bit underneath my eyes and on the inner corner by my nose. I don't go ham with this, just a little bit. And I will take it a little bit up on my lids as well. And I like to use my fingers because number one, it's faster. And number two, the heat from my body heat that's coming from my fingers really helps to merge or mesh the concealer into my skin without looking cakey. And this Laura Mercier concealer is really, really good. It gives high coverage, lasts all day, and taking a little bit on my lid. So now that that's done, then I can go back and do my face. So sorry about that. But yeah, it's usually concealer before the powder. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that powder and actually go up on the lids. I might have already said this, but I'm not gonna put any powder in the cheek area because I'm gonna be using a gel blush there. But I'm just taking it everywhere but that area, just to give me a little bit of coverage. And by pressing it in to this area versus swiping it, by just really pressing it, I can help to minimize the look of my pores. So the areas that have pores, I do more of a pressing motion. And then the areas that I don't have huge pores, I just do more of a brushing motion. So next I take my natural face palette from Too Faced. I have talked about this a lot lately in several videos. It is just fantastic. It has your bronzer, your blush, your highlight, and you can use these as shadows as well. And I will show you what I do. I'm taking the Sunny Honey, which is supposed to be a bronzer, and I'm taking that and I'm just putting that through my crease and a little bit onto the lid. And then I'm going into Tropic Like It's Hot and applying that on the same area, just to darken it a little bit. The crease and the lid. Then I'm taking my Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Mocha, and I'm taking a little bit on my finger and pressing that onto the lid. Next, I'm taking a smudgy brown eye pencil. This one is from Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm just lining my upper and lower lash lines. And I just take my finger to smudge it out. Or you can use a brush, whatever you prefer. Then I'm going to curl my lashes and apply some mascara. And the mascara I'm using is from Buxom. The eyes are done, so now I'm moving on to the Trish McEvoy Liquid Face Color. This is in the shade 1. And any product like this will work, like Benetint, any kind of stain. You can even use a lipstick, because I'm gonna be using the same product for my cheeks and my lips. And you can use, I've done this too, where I've just taken like a dark liquid lipstick and just patted it gently on my lip and a little bit on my cheek. Today I'm going for kind of like a pinky look, so I'm just clicking this up and I'm applying it to my cheeks. And it just gives such a pretty natural flush. Oh, I went a little overboard there. And then I put a little bit on my lips. And then another optional step is to add lip liner. I'm gonna be going lightly over the border of my lips with the Jouer Longwear Cream Lip Liner in Pink Champagne Shimmer. I just thought it would go nicely with this kind of soft pink shimmer on my lip. So you can see I've decided to go over it a little bit with the lip liner just to deepen it up. So this is it, my quick out the door makeup for days that I don't have a lot of time or I don't want to spend a lot of time. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, all the products will be listed in the description bar with links, as well as the promo code, which is FACERDM, but I'm gonna put it down there again. That will get you, if you spend $100 on Colorescience's website, that will get you this Mini Brush-On Face Shield, the one that I raved about in previous videos, that I use to touch up with throughout the day, just to make sure that I've always got my skin covered with SPF 50. So this is what I put on first thing in the morning, and then this is what I use to touch up with. So you'll be able to get a free mini with a $100 purchase. So again, that information down below, as well as a link to subscribe to my channel and some for other videos I think you might enjoy. You can also find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter, all under the name Risa Does Makeup. I wanna thank Colorescience once again for partnering with me on this video, and I wanna thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video.